This is my taper week, as I'm doing a 155-mile, 15,000 feet of climbing event this coming Saturday. Today is Monday. So as part of my taper, I'm doing a Zwift race. Hey, cycling community, this is Steve, Grusis the Cycling Greek. So why am I doing a Zwift race as part of my taper? Well, in the past, this event that I'm doing has been a considerable focus in my training. Not this year so much. My main focus has been my old guy racing, and old guy, for those of you that don't know, I'm almost 70 years old. It's been another couple of weeks, I'll be 70. And the timing kind of works out for me. My last road race was about 2 weeks ago, and my next road race is going to be middle of next month, which happens to be district championships for us old guys. But enough of that, let's go to the action on the screen. The course I'm doing is the Richmond course. This is part of Cityscapes, and this is stage 3. This is a little over 10 miles in length and has about 526 feet of climbing, which doesn't seem that bad. I mean, I had it worse, but I've had it better, so, I could do it. I don't like a lot of climbing in Zwift. I love climbing on the road, though. But remember that number, 526 feet of climbing. There are 17 starters in this race, and so I went to look at the ages of each of them, and there's a couple that I didn't have access to be able to see what age they were. There was one 60-year-old in there, and then the rest were 30s and 40s that I could see. I think there were about 3 or 4 that I couldn't catch the age on. At this point, as you can tell, I was starting to run into some problems with my recording cutting out. I had a little space problem, so it took me a couple minutes to resolve that. Then my battery died out on the camera that you're looking at me on. Eventually, I got things going. So this is me catching up to the pack after dealing with all that. I've now jumped to 2.8 miles to go, and I'm getting a little nervous because I've only climbed 136 feet. And here's why. This is the first of 2 climbs leading to the finish. I'm in trouble. What happens in these situations for me is I try to put a lot of power to try to stay with people, and then eventually they just pull away from me. I was a bit surprised that I got to the front, but that may be because the others are familiar with this course and I'm not, and now people are starting to pass me. Looking at the climbing graphic above me, I have a ways to go. I make the decision that no matter what, I'm going to keep pushing it, at least to minimize losses, and maybe people that are ahead of me are going to die off like this guy here, but another guy passes me, so now I'm doing what I can to catch up to him. I hope to connect with somebody before I get to the top, and looks like I'm at the top now, so I'm hoping to connect with somebody before we start dropping, because that's where I can start losing people too. Currently I'm in 6th place, and I have an aero power-up that I'm saving for the finish. I catch 36-year-old Justin Cares from the United States, so now I have somebody to work with. Or maybe in this case, someone that'll take me by the scruff of the neck and pull me along, and then I look up and I see another climb. I pass 2 riders, and the next group is about 4 to 5 seconds ahead of me. My heart rate's at 153, which doesn't seem a lot to many of you, but since my maximum is 163, I'm pretty much on the edge. 1.4 miles to go. I'm just looking at the mileage, I'm looking at who's in back of me and who I'm trying to catch. I have not noticed that I've only climbed 372 feet and I still have to get to 526, so that means there's another climb. That's definitely going to catch me by surprise. I have 2 riders 4 seconds ahead of me. 32-year-old Andy Choi from Canada is behind me by about 3-4 seconds. I'm close to connecting to 43-year-old Arthur Charmel from Australia, but I can't quite make the connection. It's getting harder and harder for me to go above 300 watts. The best I can do is go as steady as I can, as hard as I can. Andy Choi, who had dropped back 6 seconds behind me, is now only 3 seconds. I steadily come up to and eventually pass C. Tim, which moves me up to 3rd on the road. Andy Choi, who was 1 second back, powers past me. Now I'm chasing him. My heart rate's floating around 90%. I catch up to Andy, and then we jostle a bit for position. For whatever reason, I'm starting to think that he may be cooked from the chase, and that he's waiting for that final sprint. I jump him early, but he gets on my wheel, and my hope that he can't come around is dashed when he comes around. 4th place. Not bad for this old guy. Hope you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it. As always, remember, comment, like, subscribe. The Cycling Greek.